cute. That's a cute cat. Look at Daniel trying to get cute
You
around
are
here.
watching the NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel. We're back in Philadelphia for the...
Like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the rest of the Heat and the Sixers. Happy Friday and have a great weekend. Let's go.
It was not an offensive Monet issue that Doc Rivers wanted cleaned up after Game 1 was for Game 2. It's back here in Game 3. Ball protection for the Sixers.
Through the first two games in the half court against man-to-man defense, which is what Philly has primarily played tonight, the Heat scored 1.18 points per possession. And you see Joel Embiid's impact. They're sitting here with 34 points on the board.
Massive difference tonight for Philadelphia on the defensive end. Something Doc Rivers talked about, just getting more aggressive, more physical defensively. Harris comes up with a steal. Right on cue, in for two.
Quiet night for him. You know, as a scorer, as a guy who hunts shots, getting those easy transitions. I would describe that. It wasn't really a dunk. That was more of a layup, a two-handed layup.
You don't want to give him a dunk on that.
You know what? He's going to get credited for one. I prefer, just generally as someone who dunked a ton in his career, I prefer dunks with a little more force.
Let's check in now with George Sedano.
Now, Ryan, you mentioned this hasn't been a masterpiece on offense. The teams have combined for 75 points at the half, the fewest points in a first half in a playoff game since 2016. Now, I spoke to Heat assistant coach Chris Quinn about what kind of adjustments Miami can make. He says they got to play with more force and physicality on offense. They got to trust each other like they have all year with their ball movement. And if you look at it, Miami in the paint, 7 of 12 from the field, 7 of 31 from the outside. As far as defensively with Embiid, says he felt like they did a pretty good job on him, but they expect him to be more forceful here in the second half, Ryan.
All right, good stuff, George. Again, that miss outside the paint. Adebayo unable to get it to go. Miami down to 31% from the floor. Here's Harden. Difficult catch. Harris made it. Embiid had to pass to Green. Instead, took the shot and was unable to hit it.
The guy that could unlock some things here for the Heat, they'd love to see get going, is Max Strus, who was just 1 for 6 from 3 in the first half.
They're actually had some
He had some great looks, a couple in transition, one off an offensive rebound.
Oh, my goodness.
Harden fouled by Butler, and that is going to be number 2 on Jimmy Butler. Harden playing with 3 personals.
You got poop cream out?
Harden 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
I hope not. Not too well.
He has looked significantly better tonight.
I'm going to check the video before I upload it. You know?
Here's Harris.
9:36.
Finds Green in the corner.
At 9:36.
He got it.
It happened right around 9 minutes, 36 seconds. Okay, I'll check that time. Remember,
Great night so far for Danny Green. Again, he's going to continue to shoot. That's what he does. That's why he wins. That's why he gets paid in this league.
And there's Strus, the man who can unlock it.
Well, that's just... I didn't see who fell down over there, but that's about as easy. As an elite shooter, that's about as easy as a look as you're going to get in an NBA playoff game.
Strus now 2 for 7 from 3. Danny Green is 4 for 5. He had been 2 for 14 the first 2 games.
Yeah, how could you not hear it? It's so
Embiid
wild.
gets the whistle
Just a one loud thunder.
against Lowry.
Please stop spitting
And
to him.
Embiid's going to go to the line.
That's
Doesn't matter how
twice
many
now
times I
we've
ask.
seen a Miami
Is it hard to
player
tell to remember
step in front of a charging Joel Embiid.
It sounds like a daunting task.
Remember my very first... He's still leaning a little bit there. Remember my very first practice with Joel when he got cleared. And he set this screen on Jared Bayless. Jared was guarding me, and I got a little DHO, and I was so open I didn't even know what was happening. But the sound of Jared's body hitting Joel's body, I'll remember that sound for a long time.
I'm sure Jared will too. Embiid playing with the mask, which George Sedano told us before the game has been hammer tested. Not while Embiid was wearing it, but to ensure it could withstand what it needs to for him to play with his orbital fracture. 12-point Philadelphia lead. They've led by as many as 14. Butler, no. Butler now 4 for 12. Harris, little juke, kick, Maxey, floater, no. That is going to be a block. And free throws for Tyrese Maxey.
Looking at that play live, it looked like the right call. It looked like, again, Kyle still leaning just a little bit
That'll be number
as Maxey went into his shot.
3 on Lowry.
Yeah, that's clear. Takes the lateral step as Maxey's already going vertical.
Now, George Sedano, I know you know a lot about the journey of this young man, Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, Ryan, I spent a lot of time with him during the draft process, and I got to know him a little bit, and he told us basically what kind of a gym rat he's been all his life when it comes to basketball. Told great stories about him, mom, dad, the siblings, all packing in a van, driving across country on the AAU tour. They're a very tight-knit family, and when I talked to Doc Rivers about him here in Philadelphia, he talked about how basically he felt like he didn't deserve some of the shots and opportunities because he was playing with such great players, but he has certainly found his rhythm playing offensively. You see Jimmy Butler hit a shot there, he'll go to the free throw line as well. And then he added, he's such a gym rat, we got to throw him out of the building, guys.
And you know what? That's something John Calipari has talked about as well. By the way, that foul on Harden, his 4th, so see how Doc wants to play this. But John Calipari talked about that too when he was in Kentucky, JJ, that he would come in to the gym 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. Maybe there was a game he was stewing over, to watch some film. And Maxey was out there still playing.
I say this all the time. You need talent, obviously, to play in the NBA. But how Tyrese Maxey fell to 21st in that draft, in the 2020 draft, is beyond me. I'm always going to bet on the guys that absolutely are obsessed with the game.
Harden, in it to 3. Green battling. Butler surges in for the board. Strus, another good look. Connects. And a timeout taken by Philadelphia. Max Strus is hit 2 in a row.